Turkey, even again in the BBC, they had to admit what we and others broke. Turkey has been caught launching false flag attacks with the president and the defense minister on the phone planning them. The Russians have been capturing all that. They don't deny the U.S. ambassador, on the phone with one of the top State Department people how to stage stuff. I mean, this is what they're doing. And it's for you. The armored vehicles, the checkpoints, it's for the Tea Party and gun owners. And that's why the left is supporting all this, because this is their takeover. And when you wake up, it's all for you. The combat robots, all of it, and all the training has nothing to do with Islam. That's why if you criticize radical Islam in any way, you're banned from universities, you're banned from speaking. In fact, I've got an article here now, it's official, from Harvard. This is from Harvard. All-you-can-eat taco bars deemed offensive face campus extinction. Well, I mean, you're supposed to have a Greek thing. You can have a Polynesian-style party at the pool, a taco bar, fish tacos. Has nothing to do with putting down Hispanics. But the local La Raza La Reconquista says, basically, there's a monopoly. Unless it's Hispanic-run, you can't serve tacos. So any Mexican food restaurants owned by anybody that's not Hispanic need to be shut down. And Fiesta, Texas, if it's not owned, if Six Flags is not owned by Hispanics only, I want Six Flags shut down. It's got a Mexican flag on it. This is the ultimate political correctness. You can fund al-Qaeda to sexually mutilate women. You can fund al-Qaeda to launch all these wars and kill 300,000 people in Syria, at least. That's the new numbers. You can do all this evil, kill 40,000 blacks in Libya, al-Qaeda. That's wonderful and good. But you say, hey, let's have a fiesta and all get drunk. I mean, believe me, I've been to fiesta parties in college. It has nothing to do with putting down Mexicans. There's a bunch of Mexicans there having a great time. I mean, I go to parties sometime downtown, and there'll be a bunch of mainly Hispanics, with their friends, black, white, you name it, having a fiesta party. Everybody's wearing little sombreros, getting drunk. It had nothing to do with putting down Mexicans, folks. All over the Southwest, it is a Mexican culture. Let me just give everybody the news flash. Everybody's been native here since it began. That's what cowboy hats and chaps and leather belts and all of it is. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely out of control. My cousin grew up in Guatemala. Does that mean he can't speak Spanish because he's white? This is pure bull, ladies and gentlemen. This is political correctness. This is the control of the language. So I'm going to send my reporters out to Taco Bell, which isn't Mexican food to begin with, but it's like corporate poison. But I have them say, hey, should this be shut down as racist? Because, they're serving tacos in there. Yeah, is it evil I'm even playing mariachi music? Is it evil I go to a Mexican food restaurant and pay the mariachi band to come over and play Ruku Ku to me because I like it? Is it? This is about making us all feel guilty when we're not racist and we're not bad, while the real globalist control goes on and they sterilize Hispanic girls with Gardasil shots in Mexico. It's a New World Order takeover, ladies and gentlemen. Am I racist against Germans because I came in and said I like the way German sounds? Rammstein. We're going to come back and play some of the Boko Haram group. Must mean I'm anti-African because I don't like the CIA Boko Haram murdering women. It's racist.
Gentlemen, in search of $1 million smile that'll make them take notice, really get their attention? Then get the mud. My Magic Mud. The fluoride-free whitener with no chemicals, additives, GMOs, or bad taste. And safe to swallow. My Magic Mud detoxifies, reduces sensitivity, cleans and strengthens your teeth while it whitens. Comes as a powder for pure whitening power. Start looking good for that special someone. Get the mud now. MyMagicMud.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388 or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
I'm sick of how the big drug companies are keeping men from fixing their ED without pills. Matt Cook here from GetEDSolutions.com, and I've helped thousands of men fully recover from ED without pills, pumps, or supplements. But the big drug companies collect $5 billion in revenue from sales of ED medications. They don't want my message to get out.
Things are so much better now. Everything kind of came back overnight. My girlfriend is very happy.
I purchased your product yesterday and it was fantastic.
I have used your system for about 3 weeks and I'm already seeing great results.
If you're one of the 52% of men who suffer ED, you must go to my website at GetEDSolutions.com and watch an instant web class that shows you how to get rid of your ED forever from the privacy of your own home. That's GetEDSolutions.com for an eye-opening web class you can watch instantly. You'll never be the same, and your wife or girlfriend will thank you because you are smart enough not to just believe the big drug companies, but to find out the truth about ED at GetEDSolutions.com. That's GetEDSolutions.com. GetEDSolutions.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, consciousness, life is a great gift, and I am so honored to be here with you today. I am humbled. Facing up against this great evil, I act like a maniac because I am a maniac. You know, it takes a maniac to be willing to go up against the globalist maniacs, and that's why I have been successful and resonated with a lot of people, despite all the rough edges, because it really came to me last week that my one attribute is that I'm a straight shooter. My one attribute is I tell the truth even when the truth makes me look bad. Sometimes I'm so honest with people, I just can't believe it. And I lied more when I was a child and when I was a teenager, but I really came to the realization that I don't lie. And I'm one of the most truthful people I know. And I'm not bragging about that. I'm just being honest that, no brag, just fact, I forget who said that, that is something that isn't very common now in society, and that's the true value. And that's why the system always tries to say I'm a liar or a deceiver or take my mistakes and claim it was on purpose, is so they can twist things and make you not believe that there's good people out there because you're good as well. They know there's good men out there. They know there's good women out there. They know there's people of conscience and passion who desire justice. And they're afraid of you. And the battle for civilization and humanity is fought in each and every one of our hearts. I always heard that growing up, didn't really understand it. But it's true. If we all are just moral people, if we all are upstanding people, if we all try to be good people and work hard and have faith, we can change the world. But if Madison Avenue can make us feel inadequate, weak, pathetic, and confuse us, they can get us and program us, and we've got to change that. I've got a clip of the Boko Haram leader in what looks like a completely scripted video, who's been State Department, supported by Hillary Clinton, basically, who's now milking this. Here's a little bit of this video, and if you're watching, radio listeners have already seen it, and here's the audio, but this looks to me like it's staged and scripted. And then you go look it up, and the CIA's been connected to them. It's very sick. Here's the clip.
These girls you occupy yourselves with their affair, we have indeed liberated them. We have indeed liberated them.
That guy may not be an actor. He probably is. I believe he's a mentally ill Egomaniac.
These girls have become Muslims. They are Muslims.
هؤلاء البنات كانوا كنا مسلمات.
By the way, of course they've converted. It's Stockholm Syndrome. It's like kidnappers. People then serve to try to get out of it.
It is now 4 years or 5 years that you arrested our brethren, and they are still
And that's
in
enough.
prison.
We'll come back to more of it in the next hour.
Many things to them.
But what I want to get to here is that he says in there, they've converted, but I might kill them or sell them. So these are precious Muslims, and you're saying you might kill them or sell them. I mean, you couldn't write worse PR for, quote, Islam. So did they get this guy to central casting, or they find the most radical nut job they could, put him in power? I mean, the guy clearly has the narcissistic look of most of the yuppies I see down on 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th Street downtown. He has that crazed power trip look in his eye. That's more of a he's scared, so he's just trying to act tough. If you back it up, he has this narcissist look where he's like, yeah, just really enjoying himself. And yeah, just let it roll. You'll see some of it. And you know, this is, you see a lot of cops with that look in their eye. Show, you know, bad cops. You always tell a bad cop that they're walking over you looking at you like that. You're like, oh boy, this is a coward on a power trip. You know, mama didn't wipe his butt enough. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding and making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv.